you have people in enterprises that are saying, I'm going to use the model and do my thing, but they're going to hit a wall at integration. And the thing that's not different about AI and that agents don't fix, that nothing fix, is that any enterprise of 1,000 people or more, or that's older than 10 years, is just a mass of stuff that's sitting there waiting to be integrated. And you can't just say it's going to integrate. AI actually doesn't help to integrate anything. And so even if you change everything, the people say, oh no, if you make it an agent, then it can just go ahead and be a user. But if you're a user, like if you've ever called customer service for something, like literally you get bounced to another human if the system that you're talking to doesn't work. And they're like, well, that's a manager. Or no, you're talking about payment, not reservations. And so like what I think is so exciting is that now we have proof of this technology that everybody likes it. I mean, you see all the people who don't like AI are saying, look at what's happening in law firms because people are seeing hallucinations and it's ruining legal cases and all this. And the reason that's happening is because the 25-year-old associate is the one using AI successfully already and had been using it for a year.
Well, Steve, it's actually a little worse than that, where it is right now, many companies are incentivizing people to use AI by counting tokens.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And so I'm not going to say the name of the guy. I spoke to someone yesterday who worked for one of these large companies that famously does this. And he's like, me and my coworkers have agents do useless tasks just so that we can, no joke.
Totally. Well, you get whatever you measure. So
yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So like, it's like the extreme form of what you're saying, Steve.
Oh, yeah.
People that are like being fake productive and producing a lot of, you could say, perhaps problematic artifacts just because they're using these models.
When the internet happened, all of a sudden every company needed websites. And so like a very famous moment in time was not too long ago when every internal team had like a team website and they went out and they got like a vendor to write HTML and to create their site. And then there was a team, but like, there's nothing dumber than having a team website at a large company because a team gets reorganized like 6 months later. And so companies were just filled with like, with thousands of these dead web is what the expression was. But I think, go ahead.
No, but we should drill into your integration point because I do think this is something for, sort of some reality to settle in the valley on the real world's sort of journey to fully being agentified and what that's going to take and what that's going to look like. And your point about being passed to the different human, based on the role that you needed to interact with, agents basically don't have there's no real exception yet for the agent having the same problem because you basically, as you pass through a different human, it's a different set of access controls that human has. And if an agent can sort of bypass any of those steps, then that's how you instantly get the security risks you need to kind of pass through those steps so that way you don't accidentally, get to the wrong piece of information and there's verification. And so there's a lot that you need